Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Hexcells Infinite. Let's continue with 2.6 now. I would have a slightly different opinion of this series of games, Hexcells, Hexcells Plus, and Hexcells Infinite, if it weren't for Hexcells Infinite. I would definitely be a little frustrated if there wasn't a somewhat infinite number of puzzles to do, because the first game gives you like less than 36. The Hexcells Plus says it gives you 36, but if you throw out the tutorial ones and the last one, it's gonna probably be closer to 20, and even the ones we're doing here are probably only gonna be about 35. If you throw out the tutorial ones, even less. So having potentially the seed generator there, where you could go start at 0000 to 9 digits, I believe it goes, and then work your way up to 99999 to 9 digits. You would, at the very least, there would have, I think, a million. A billion puzzles there, maybe, that you could do. Alright, so what I did here, so let's get to the game. A billion puzzles are enough. We know the overlap here is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So these two have to be included, regardless. Then this 3 could be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, which means these 3 can't be part of the puzzle. So it took 2 pieces of information to figure that out. Now that limits us so that we can go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, so that includes these 2. So you have a little bit of an interesting thing here. Since it's 2 non-consecutive here, you know for a fact this and this can't be part of the puzzle because it's 2 not connected. And when you're talking not connected or connected, if there was a hole right here, that would skip the hole and consider it still connected to this one. So we could eliminate this one if there was a hole there. We'll see that later on. This 2 is already touching 2, so it gets rid of this. This one's already touching 1, so it gets rid of this. This 5 doesn't have enough information. This 3 only has 3 options now, so that's done. This 2 here is only touching 2, so put those 2 in. So that only leaves 1 in there. I'll have to do that. So 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3 includes this one now, because we've changed the pattern a little bit. Let's see. So, of these 2, there's 1. There's 1 here, so that's 2. And then this could be using it again. So 2 maybe here, and then 3, 4, 5. That could be it, or what could it be is 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, that would be 3, and then 4, 5, or 4, 5, or 4, 5 there. So we don't have quite enough information for that. I don't think we have enough information for that, at least. There's 16 remaining mines. What's amazing is just how a small puzzle like this, if laid out properly, seems simple, but it really isn't. It's just brutally mistake I can be accused of making is doing something like this and then just muddling the field and totally trying to see too much all at once. Sometimes it feels like it's necessary to do that, but it's not a great move. Anytime you have two next to each other on a diagonal, there's a chance for me at least to follow the wrong line. Well, we have this 5, and this is the next step, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 3 are included because it's 5 consecutive. That means this 3 has been satisfied, so that one's out. This 2 has been satisfied, so that one's out. That means this 2 includes that one. This 4 is only touching 4, so that one's in. And this one doesn't have a column number. And this one doesn't have a column number, so there's a good chance there will be a lot of them in those columns. This one has 2, so they've been satisfied, so those 2 can go. This one is only touching 5, so that's in, which gets rid of that. This one's only touching 3, so that's those 2. That satisfies this and gets rid of this. This 2 is also satisfied, so it gets rid of this and this. This 3 is now touching only 3, so in and in for that one. This 3 here is only touching 3, so they're in. That means the 4 here that we needed have been discovered, so they're out, those 2. And what's our next step? We have only one more option here for this 5, so that has to be in. 2 was satisfied and we didn't even notice it. We know there is 1 here somewhere. And then 2 here somewhere. What it could be though easily is this and this, and then any of these. Or it could be one of these, and then one of these, and then that's gone. What it can't be, though, is it couldn't be this and this. In fact, because we know there's only 1 here, if we just narrow it down to this one, which is touching 3, and we know one of those has to be this, this has to be it as part of the puzzle. It just has to. So we still don't know which one of these 2 it is, but we know it has to be one of those 2. So this 2 is now satisfied, however, so that gets rid of these 2, which means that's the last one. This 2 is satisfied, so it gets rid of these 2. And then simply this 1 is only touching 1, so that's the last remaining one. This 3 is satisfied, and that goes away. So that was puzzle 2-6. Let's try puzzle... I clicked the wrong button. 3-1. Notice also that they all have a glossy look to them when they're blue. It will be flat if you make more than one mistake, or it has been at least for the previous games. level 31, and now it's starting to show us some real difficult things. Now, it's a little surprising that they haven't introduced the next concept, because there is another concept in Hexcells Plus. Maybe people didn't like that and they got rid of it. I wouldn't hold my breath. Interesting. I'm not even certain where to start here. It seems like there's going to be a considerable number of ones that aren't mines. You can make a mistake and think this 4 just means these 4, but it doesn't. It means these 4 and then these 5, so you have to make sure of that. If these were 3s, I could solve. If these were 2s, maybe these 2s do give us some bit of information. I've never seen a puzzle like this where you make a diamond shape. If we did this and this, and we did this and this, we couldn't do this and this. Let's see, this one's touching 4, and only one of these two could be 1, and only one of these two could be 1, so that means this is 1 and this is 1. Well, that's a beginning. That's a beginning, and so we know at least only one of these is 1, and only one of these is 1 at most. It could be that there's 2 over here, it could be that there's 2 over here. What else can we determine? Just that there's probably 1 here, and there's probably 1 here. And that means if there was 1 here, this one and this one could be an option. If there was 1 here, though, because of that, this one couldn't be an option. So it could be here and here. Yes. Or it could be here and here. Yes. Same true here. Could be here and here. Or it could be here and there. But what none of that does is actually tell us where it should be. This 5 goes through 8. This 6 goes through 8. How are we supposed to guess? I don't see how we could. This 1 but actually I think it potentially is already here. I think this has to be, this has to be, this has to be, and this has to be for 4. And then this has to be for 5. And then either this one or this one is 6. Just the way it works out. Because this one's only touching 1. And because we know this one is touching this one or this one, we know it's not touching this one. That leaves 3 this direction, which means I can, from this piece, mark this as one of the included pieces. This one gets rid of this, this, and this, which then has this one touching this. This one gets rid of this, this, and this. This one gets rid of this. And then we're introduced to the question mark again, the most annoying piece. They give you no information, so you really can't go any further in that direction. Why it's a question mark instead of a blank, I don't know. They put a 0 when it's 0, they put a question mark when it's a question. But they never do a blank. I don't know. It's a strange decision. I guess maybe the thought is if you don't have a blank, then nobody could ever, with bad eyesight, think it was a blank when there actually was a number in it. This 2 includes this one. Doesn't give us enough information here though. Not yet. This 6, however, has been satisfied now, so we can get rid of that. This 2 doesn't help us. This 2 tells us that there's a 1 here. Of course, that doesn't mean anything. It still could be this or this. That 2 would help us later on. This 4 tells us there are 2 more here. So let's turn this off for a second. This 5 tells us that there are 3 in these 4 slots. And this 4 tells us that there are 2 in this slots. So 1, 2, 3. Or 3, either one. Has to be the option because it can't be these 2. So these 2 are just immediately included because of this 3 already touching 2. So then the question is the 2 here. If we put 1 here and we put 1 here, then we would need to put 1 there. I think this 3, well actually, we can't do this, can we? This one is eliminated from the choices because we already know, we've already deduced that the third for this 3 is this, so that one's out. This 3 now is only touching 3, so include that and include that. This 3 is touching 3, so exclude that. This 2 is only touching 2, so include that. There we go. And this 3 then excludes that. There we go. This gets rid of this. This gets rid of these 2. This one gets rid of this one. This one includes this one. This one includes this one. This gets rid of this and gives you a question mark. We now know there's only 1 in this area. Of this option, there can only be 1. And the way it goes, because this could be this and this, or this and this, and nothing else, really. Well, it could be this and this, too. Either way, that means one of these has to be included. There's no way you can do this and this. So, for that reason, these two are gone. This 2 is 2 consecutive, which means that it has to be here, which then gets rid of this. And then this 2 is only touching 2, which includes this. So finally, we get that solved and satisfy that too. Do we have the final vital piece of information? Well, I don't know. We know this 2 has to be one of these, right? It could be this and this, it could be this and this, it could be this and this. But it could never be these two, because then they'd be consecutive. So that's one that's there and one that's there. So that gets rid of this, 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 and this. Toggle that off for a second. So now we have a 0 here that we can go around this 0 and get rid of everything. And this 0 gets rid of these two. And that helps us a lot. This 2 is already touching 2, so that gets rid of that. This 3 is only touching 3, so that includes that. This 2 is only touching 2, so that includes that. I believe that almost satisfies this 2. So this has to be part of it. That means this 3 is touching 3, so that one's out. This 2 has already been satisfied, so it's done. This 2 is only touching 2, so it's in. This 1 gets rid of this. This 1 doesn't do anything. This 2 includes this 1. This 2 includes this 1. And then this 1 and this 1 are both touching 1, so that's out. So, still no real solution there, but we have 5 mines remaining. And so it's at least making it slightly easier. Particularly since we know 3 of them are right here in the middle. If we could get the number down to 3, that would be great. We know there's 1 here. And we're not certain if that's the same one there. Actually, we should be certain that this is the same one here. Because, well, I guess I could do this and this. But this 2 consecutive says it has to be this, doesn't it? That solves that, gets rid of that. This 2 then gets rid of this, and includes that one. Satisfying that 2, satisfying that 2. This 4 got satisfied a while ago. Now we have 3. Well, the good news is we know the 3 are in this ring of 6. So we can go here, 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 and here with no danger. Each one of these is 0, so they just go around. Oh wait, no, that was alright, because that was a 0. I almost felt like I made a mistake there. Made my heart skip a beat. There's a 1, it's touching 1, so that's included. The 0 is touching 1. This 0 is touching 1, and this 2 is touching 2. So that's how we work our way inward and solve the puzzle the way it was designed to be solved. Get rid of this, and we're done. And we're already up to 90. Let's see what 3-2 looks like. It's just a regular puzzle. So we'll exit. short puzzles. We've been going 26 minutes, so we are done. 93 here. Once we get this section here, technically we'd be halfway done, but I will tell you Hexcells has a tendency to, at the 50% mark or thereabout, get extremely more difficult. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.